Year 12. As a reminder, we are on the topic of the US Constitution, and as part of that, we are looking at federalism. So we have our key principles of the US Constitution: checks and balances, separation of powers, the protection of rights, and now we're on to federalism. We need to remind ourselves that federalism is the division of power between federal government and then the states, and that according to the Constitution, Congress has its powers. They are enumerated, they're explicitly there, and anything not explicitly given to Congress is reserved to the states. And that's why states have been able to make their own laws about how guns are controlled in their states, what kind of background checks are required before you can buy a gun, etc. So the two case studies that I want you to have a look at today in this lesson are: one, with Congress gridlocked, how are states handling the issue of gun control? And the second one is a case about euthanasia. So the first article that you're looking at is dealing with the fact that even though Americans have their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms, and Congress is well aware of that, and so the states, they are concerned about the use of guns. We've seen lots of mass shootings in America happen, so they're trying to deal with how they control that. Now, the problem is that Congress has been gridlocked. The Republicans and Democrats can't agree on things, the Senate and the House of Representatives can't agree, and if they get gridlocked, nothing happens. It's not like in the UK where eventually the House of Commons can just go over the heads of the House of Lords and pass their act. In America, they have to agree. So that's why it's gone back to the states. And you'll see in this article that there's huge variation between the states in terms of whether you're allowed to walk around with a gun on show, whether you're allowed to have it concealed, what kind of background checks you can have, whether you can buy guns over the internet or not. And so again, we see federalism allowing states the opportunity to do things to suit their own population. They become specialists. And also it gives us a chance, or gives states a chance, to try different things out. The second article that I want you to have a look at is the idea that California has now legalised euthanasia, and it's done that along with another 4 states in America, and it's something now that's becoming a little bit more popular. It's on the minds of American citizens, and this case study is interesting for us because it shows that federalism again allows America to sort of try things out in small parts of America, so just in a few states, before it rolls things out across the whole country. So that's quite a good thing. Other people say that again, it's inconsistent. It's not fair that if you live in one state, you can legally ask or get help to end your life, and the person who helps you end your life isn't prosecuted, but in others you would be. This case also gives us some examples of direct democracy, because the people of California were really, really keen on this happening, and they held referendums on it. And also we see the Supreme Court supporting the right of the states to allow this law if they want. So I will call you again 10 minutes before the end of the lesson, and what I want you to have decided is whether those two case studies show us that federalism is working in America, or whether it's not working, or whether you can find things on both sides. Good luck.